So everybody's very democratically referring to incidents. Let's cut to the chase. Silvio Alonso, you're on the hot seat. How do you respond to a lot of your colleagues essentially saying that their sales were affected by what happened with your cruise line?
Well, I echo their sentiments. I think that it's been an interesting year, but it's certainly not the first interesting year that we've had. I think I echo the sentiments of our partners have been very strong in supporting us, in making sure that this business does and the cruise industry does recover. I think we forget how resilient this industry really is. I mean, we've gone through bigger tragedies unfortunately, than even what's happened recently. I mean, we recovered from 9/11, we could recover from economic crises in Europe, we recover from natural disasters. So this industry is very resilient. I also want to echo the value proposition that Europe represents now. Obviously, my brand is very European focused, and when we did re-enter the market, we re-entered the market with value adds to try to maintain the integrity of pricing in as much as possible. And frankly, we've been very pleased with the reaction. So it has been an interesting year. But I think at the end of the day, the industry and our partners are all in it together. And I'm happy to say that we are recovering, and some itineraries will suffer more than others. But in the end, the midterm to the long term, we all know the resiliency of this industry, and it's only a matter of time before we bounce back stronger than ever.
Yeah, in closing, Nina, I mean, my colleagues have brought up some very good points and touched on some really interesting aspects of this year. And I think, as they said, we still brand together and work together to make sure that we overcome all as far as the safety issues and supporting each other as a cruise industry. But at the end of the day, there's still some excellent value out there in the market for the Europe season, and we have some fabulous partners that we work with in the Canadian market, such as our tour operator partners in Encore that have some great air promos and whatnot to help us overcome those slower booking trends and get those passengers to our European destinations and all of our cruise lines. And I think we'll meet our goals at the end of the season without a doubt.
What's really encouraging, I'm finding out in the field right now, is that people are so interested and enthusiastic about hearing more about all of our brands. And every single consumer event that I've been involved in, I've had record-breaking turnout from the consumer. Our past guests are coming, they're bringing their friends, they want to learn more. It's really quite encouraging. And even with the trade, we've been holding trainings and workshops throughout the last few weeks specifically, and we're getting wait lists. The venues can't hold the capacity to fit everybody in. So, that's the positive spin on things right now. We're creative people, and we're working hard, and we're working smarter. But there's definitely good things to come this year.
Emma, an awful lot of interesting comments made. Thanks to you for putting all of this together. Do you want to add anything to what you've heard today?
Yes, Nina. We started with the word interesting in this conversation. I think it's been interesting for the whole travel industry, not just the cruise industry. So it is a year that we'll overcome, and I'm quite optimistic. I've seen a survey from the Canadian Conference Board of Canada that shows almost 40% of Canadian cruisers plan to book within 6 weeks of departure. So although this is not necessarily the way it needs to go, but what it says to the travel trade is that wait, it will come, don't give up. And I think that you know very well that nothing is able to give the value for the money like a cruise.
Definitely with initiatives such as this one, I can see that all of you working together to pool your resources and really up-level cruising sales. I think next season will be very different. Hopefully we'll call it interesting for a whole other reason. Thank you.